Okay, hi everybody. So in this video here, we're going to simplify this rational expression r minus s over r plus s times r squared minus s squared over r minus s all squared. So the first thing I'm going to do to simplify this, I'm going to leave this first factor here alone. I'm going to focus my attention on this second one here because in the numerator, I can see that r squared minus s squared could be written as r minus s times r plus s. It's a difference of squares, okay, r squared minus s squared. And then the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that r minus s that's being squared, and I'm just going to write it out as r minus s times r minus s, which I know doesn't really look like I've simplified it here, but it makes it very clear to me when I'm canceling stuff what's going on. So now what I can do here, and I know sometimes this isn't really clear to a lot of students here, but remember I'm multiplying basically two fractions together, two algebraic fractions together. And when you do that, you simply multiply the factors in the numerator together. And when I'm doing that algebraically, I'm just going to write them next to each other. And then in the denominator, I'm going to get r plus s, and r minus s, r minus s. Now, the more comfortable you get with this, the quicker you're going to run through all this stuff, and you probably won't need to do some of this. But just to make this clear what's going on here, now I've got an r minus s in the numerator divided by an r minus s in the denominator is going to become 1. Same thing over here. Now, that is true so long as r minus s does not equal 0, which means that I cannot allow r and s to be equal to each other. But in addition to that, I've got an r plus s in the numerator and denominator, which means r plus s can't equal 0, which means r cannot equal negative s either. Now, when all's said and done, it looks like everything's canceled. What do I get as a result? Once again, there's a temptation to want to make that equal to 0, but because we're dividing here, it just all goes to 1. With the stipulation here, based on what I've seen here, that I cannot allow r to be equal to either a positive or a negative s value, because that would lead to something that would be undefined. And so there you go. We do a little bit of factoring, and then we cancel the factors, but we make sure that we identify non-permissibles as we go through.